Welcome back to Skiddy Automotive. In this video, we're going to be working on the 19 Ram. It was made by Dodge, 1500. Apparently the airbags were cheap. So I'm installing some airlift 5000s airbags. A little bit differently than the last ones that we did that are in the coils. I'm going to get them out, and these go near the bump stop on the frame. So enjoy the video. Okay, I already got it jacked up. I'm gonna have to take the spare tire down. Take a spare tire down out of the way, so I have more room in there. I gotta take a couple heat shields off. Okay, so I'm gonna have to be down in here, but basically it goes from here to here, and I don't have a bump stop on this side. This side does, but it doesn't anymore. Took that out, but I gotta cut these, so let's get you back out of here, and you can see the, I don't know if you can see the hole in this. Yeah, you can see it. This one never broke, never popped, but we put two on this side, two different ones, and they both popped. So this is the kit we got from Airlift, Load Lifter 5000 adjustable air springs. Right now we didn't get the air compressor. You saw in the last video where I put that I worked on this. The last video I worked on this. I put the air nozzle in the fuel tank or fuel door. So that's where we're going to keep it for now. There is a future of a kit so he can do it manually or electronically. Let's get in here and open this up and see what's going on. There's one airbag. There's two. There's one top bracket. That's one bottom bracket. And there's another bracket. Not sure where these go. You know, this one goes up, this one goes down because the plate, it goes and it sits and it locks right there. Pretty sure I put bolts through here. So let's get that out of the way, get the directions. Okay, yes, I've never done one of these, so I'm gonna have to look at the directions. So let's get this bag open. So whenever you see these, that means these go up in a spot you can't get into. So you put these in there, you feed it up through, and then pull it down, and then this is what your bolt goes on this, on the threads. So. There's the two valves that go right there. Not sure what that is, but we'll see. There's some nuts. There's nuts, there's bolts. I'm not sure what quite this goes for. I was just loose in there. Let's put that back in there because that might be a number we need. Okay. I want to keep them in the bags because pretty sure in the washers, lock washers, bolts. Okay. I'm gonna put them back in here because they're all in that bag, or in that number. So I know the difference between this number and that number. Okay. Get that out of the way. Installation diagram. So that'll tell you a lot right there. So these bolts go, pretty sure this goes in the frame. This goes in the frame. And then get out of there. And then that goes there. In a square hole. And then that, oh, I see. So the nuts will come through here, boom, up through, bolt that to that, put that through. Okay, I got it. Oop. Okay. So it says strike a line using a China marker. Probably a paint marker or equivalent on the joint bumper bracket. And it shows here, basically you're going to be cutting it straight beside and above the bottom of the frame. Okay, bumper bracket beside and above the frame, figure 4. Cut the joint bumper bracket to level above the bottom of the frame. Do not cut into the frame past your side, right side shown. Okay, so trying to figure out, should do air. I don't want to do all that grinding in there. Okay, so that's going to be the first step, is getting that out of the way. Oh, that's what the brake line holder that is on the inside of the left side of the frame above the axle will need to be raised up using this. Okay. Okay. So I gotta cut that, but before I get to that, I'm gonna assemble this together. Okay. And then it will get underneath. Okay. So this. Goes away from here. Okay. That goes like that. With this out this way. Okay. So that is not going to be these. That's going to be these. These, not these, not these. Okay. Sorry for the. I just gotta get all on the same page here. Let's open this up. Okay, so I got wrenches. I got everything I need to put this together. Okay. Enjoy a time lapse of me putting this together, because you don't want to watch me do all this. one's all together. That's the driver's side. So let's enjoy the time lapse again. This one I'm going to put it all together. So. Okay, so they're all together, and now it's time for underneath. So I gotta do some cutting. Now I'm gonna take the wheel off so I can get to that bump stop and cut it. I really don't want to cut laying on my back. Okay, so as you can see, I got cut there and there. I'm gonna try with a Sawzall. I'm gonna try to get in there. I'm gonna try. We'll see. Might not be able to, but we'll see. I got the wire bent like I'm supposed to. I end up trying to get it in the hole. So the back of this bottom bracket is hooked in the plate, and now I've got to put somehow I don't know about that. Okay, so I gotta get underneath. Let's see. There is no way. I'm gonna have to take that out. Ugh. So the other bolt is right here. I gotta go in here. Not gonna happen. Socket can't go in there. So I'm gonna have to take this and move it up. Try to take that bolt out. Oh. Maybe I did both sides. Yeah, because my socket can't fit. $13.16. I think I'm going to need to put a jack under here. Okay, got that bolt out. Sorry you didn't see it. I'm going to put this little nut in and then I'm going to put that back in. Okay. Okay, got one in. Okay, so I got the 2 bolts that hold it together here. So this is all in. I'm gonna take this. So this is to this airbag, and I think I'm going to bring it down through. I don't know yet. Okay, cut that off. Don't need that. And I'll zip tie it, pull it back up, and I'll zip tie it over here like this. So this side's in, and right here, you can't see it, but there's a hole right here. Where I put it through, there's a sheathing I'm gonna put here so it doesn't chafe. And I'll put a zip tie right through here. So, only thing I got left is try to get this bolt back in. Now I got air compressor. I'll be right back with you. So this is the passenger side. I already got the wheel off. I'm not going to show you everything because it's the same as the other side. So it's just the same procedure. So I'll be back with you here in a second. Okay, I jacked up this side. It's probably a bad idea, but to get to this, can you see it? Yeah. To get to this, I got this side cut. I can't get in here because of this, so I'm going to try to take this out. I do not have may not work, but I'm going to try to clamp this. Okay, so So I got that. Now I'm gonna let this down without my face in here, because we don't want them to hit me in the face. Try this one more time. Okay. Hopefully that doesn't break. Okay, so now I got this kind of in here. I've got it started. I'm gonna go in and get the bolts put through up here and get the bracket on, and I gotta go inside here. Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't show much of the other side. I had to rush. There's a storm coming. And it's looking good. I just got to put the wheel on, put it down on the ground, and air it up and check for leaks. So I'll get back with you here in a second. Okay, so I was editing the video and I didn't see that I did a outro. So I didn't get an after video of the truck. It lifted the back end really good. Right here I'm going to put a picture of a before and an after. And you can see that the truck squats with it and then it lifts it up. Thank you for watching another video with Skitty Automotive. Have a good day.